Hello, 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 everybody. Everybody. What's cracking? What's happening? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, short live stream. If anybody shows up, that's good. But I personally rather take a overthinker than a non-overthinker. Now, what does that mean, guys? What does that mean? So, I'm a person myself that likes to overthink different scenarios, overthink the situation, when sometimes it doesn't have to be that thought over, but I like to overthink it just in case if the scenario turns out differently. And I'd rather have someone be overthinking the situation than not thinking at all. So what I mean by that, by the way, the sun is setting, guys. Actually, the sun has set already. But what I mean by that is, if I choose the candidate that is basically just thinks a whole bunch, like at an interview that thinks a lot, I would want that overthinker because you know that their brain, their motor is running. They're not just sitting there staring at you. You know, let's just like I said, let's take it as a job interview. So when you're at the job interview and you're like face to face with the person that might hire you, they're sitting there listening to them talk, blah 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 blah. They're talking about the company, they're talking about what they do and stuff. In your mind, you're listening. Sometimes, half of the time, no. In an interview, it's always better to leave a little gap and understand the other person, and like, oh man, maybe I'm overwhelming with them too much or whatever. When it comes to questions and answers and stuff at anything, if you're with anybody, I don't say just a job interview, but I could say if you're face to face with your friend or coworker or whatever, and you're there and talking to them, you can overthink the situation, because I like people that try to overthink, not be as an argument, because there's a difference between overthinking the situation and being an argument. And there's some people that overthink the situation and turn into an argument because they're like, no, you're wrong, I'm right, this is how I'm right. If people are like that, that becomes very toxic. But you know, guys, I learned throughout my whole entire decades of being with human beings that I'd rather someone be asking me questions about my job and what's going on, how it works, how the facility works, then they don't ask anything. That's just in my opinion. In my opinion, I'd rather have a person that is overthinking and thinking about the scenarios, that person that doesn't think at all. Because when a person doesn't think at all, it becomes a problem, because maybe their thought process is like, bleh, and then they say the things wrong, and you're therefore left like, yeah, she offended me, and this is how it's gonna be, or he or she offended me, and I don't like this. So I'd rather someone think the situation over. I'm talking about all aspects, guys. I'm looking at my, I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, I'm thinking about all aspects. Sometimes, again, I'd rather have that. I don't know if anybody's in the same boat as me or anything that agrees or disagrees. There's people that I have known that doesn't think at all, and you're just talking, and they're like, but they're not into your conversation. They're just like, right, When a person has thought processes while you're talking, but it's the same situation, I let that process go through. Sometimes it is aggravating being dominant because sometimes you do want to play the dominance role and you want to be the first person that says these things or whatever. So I understand that. By the way, guys, I just came in. I went to academy and I didn't go to the academy I used to work for, that's for sure, but it felt weird. It really did feel weird to go to an academy. It's weird. Even though I'm trying not to think about it, but it's just But yeah, guys, it's just pretty intense. I like people that has questions. I know people say all the time, ask me a question, any question's a good question, any question. But sometimes people that say that, they're the ones that ignore your question. They go around your question. They'll do like the government does and just go around the subject and figure out another way to say it, but don't answer your question. It's exactly what human beings that say, hey, you got any questions? Ask me, feel free to ask me, and blah, blah, don't be scared, blah, blah. When they have that comfort zone in them, for some reason, some odd reason, it turns out to be that they are annoyed by your questions. And it's very common. I would like an overthinker, overachiever. An overachiever is also tied up in there too. Because an overachiever can have arguments that you probably don't want sometimes. Oh, I thought that was Gogu. Gogu yesterday got out of his cage. He ate through this cage. I had to go put him back in his cage. Luckily, I was home. But yeah, so I'd rather choose an overthinker than a non-overthinker, guys. I don't know about y'all, but it's in me to think about the process, think about the situation, think about the outcomes. Today, I felt like maybe I was overthinking the situation and stuff, and I'm not sure if I made a good impression about the situation, but hey, it is what it is. The person could reflect and say, this is what this person does, this is what I have the vibe of this person. If that person has a different vibe in another person, you will see what kind of person they are. I basically love a person that is thinking with their brain, because I used to not think at all too. I used to just do things without even thinking. And then now, oh my God, I have blossomed so much. And I'm saying it takes years of practice. Years. I'm not talking about freaking overnight. You cannot just thought process and stuff, everything overnight and start being like, I'm gonna be an overthinker. No. I mean, there's different scenarios. You're gonna go down one road, it might be light, and you're going to go down the other road, it might be dark. Which road are you going to take? The light road or the dark road? Me, I would take the dark road. Why? Because in my scenario, if anything happens, at least they know they can't see me. I'm in the dark. And if they're scared, I'll be scared. If whoever is around is trying to, hop on me, I'll do the same. Because again, it's opposite. I'll take the dark road any day than the light road. Again, overthink the situation. Just overthink it. Figure out why you need to take the dark road. Figure out what techniques does it take to take a dark road. Are you scared? Are you confident? Because if you're scared and you take the dark road, things might start happening. Again, overthink the situation. Why do you want to take a dark road, or why do you want to take a light road? Same thing, again, overthink the situation is so much better than not thinking at all. Because people will be like, oh, I'll take the light road, of course. Well, why would you take the light road? Because it's got light. Just because the road has light doesn't mean anything. People could see you more. People can eyeball you. People could be standing behind the light fixtures and snipe you. Like, again, put on your night vision glasses and get up on that dark road, because it's much better to overthink the situation than to not think about the situation. Go through one door, through another door. What door are you gonna go through? But yeah, guys, who do you rather? You rather have a non-thinker or overthinker? Because in my opinion only, I don't know about you, you don't have to agree, but I would choose an overthinker. And if you still doesn't know what I'm talking about, you can review this whole entire video over again, because sometimes people will be selecting a certain area of the video and then they miss the whole entire thing. And this is only going to be an 11-minute video. But yeah, I want to hear from y'all guys. If you see anything in the comment section down below, just let me know, or talk about something. Just let me know. I want to hear from y'all. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.